Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Wright here with my man Stevie Ray, representing CT Fletcher F Y'all Podcast, and we are here with the one and only, the legendary Rob Van Dam. The whole effing show. Damn right. Rob, we are here at Starrcast. First question I got for you is, these people line up, they want to shake your hand, they want to take pictures with you. Everything you've done in your career, what is that like to have all these people still want to come to these conventions and just show you love, tell you how much they appreciate you? What's that like for you?
Well, I look forward to it. It's just nothing but positive energy.
Yes,
everyone wants to tell me they were influenced by me, they love me. It'd be different if everyone wanted to come up and tell me I'm a dick. I can get that anywhere else. So I come here to these conventions to bond and meet with the fans in that way. So it's really awesome. Sometimes they bring gifts. If any of you watching ever see me at a con, bring me a gift.
You heard it here. Bring Rob Van Dam a gift when you come out to meet him.
Yes. Yeah. Rob, we've been knowing each other a long time. I've been watching your career from the beginning of it in the early 90s till today. Now, we've seen the evolution of professional wrestling through the years.
Yeah.
Rob, I think your impact on professional wrestling is synonymous with what we see today. Do you think that you are one of the main pioneers, along with the great Sabu, God rest his soul, and a few others, that put so many people in what we see today as far as professional wrestling goes, and how the high-flying, very dangerous, acrobatic things that we see today?
I can take credit for being part of the evolution, sure. I do feel like I inspired a lot of today's wrestlers, and that is from them telling me, firsthand. So so I know that's true, but obviously it wasn't just me. Mm-hmm. And I remember at that time when I was coming up, myself and Sabu, and we'd hear about or eventually work with guys like Jerry Lynn, like Sean Waltman, when he was back in Global in Texas, and it was these guys we were all known as the high flyers, right? And then something stood out, like if you could be a high flyer but also had the fundamentals and knew the actual basics of wrestling, then you could do something.
Right.
I feel like too many people watched me, didn't get the basics down, just went straight to what excited them. And so I feel like today's product has a lot of there's a void where stuff should tie in, where they should be committed to being in the competition, and it goes straight to a lot of high spots. Even if setting up the high spot takes, hey, everyone's looking at their watch. Am I talking too long?
No.
Hey,
we try not to waste.
Here.
We try not to waste too much of your time. No. We try not to waste too much of your time.
You just made me lose my train of thought as to how I was listening to you. Go ahead.
So I'm proud to have inspired so many people, and when I come to the cons like this, there's like a brotherhood with all the wrestlers that get to see each other, and besides that, the fans, we don't always get to talk to the fans at the wrestling shows when they're cheering for us, so then they get to meet us and say, dude, I had that big RVD sign, in 1992 with that, oh wow, thanks bro. Right. So it's something that's real, and so is my personal feeling on what you asked, on my involvement in moving wrestling along, for better or for worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got to ask you, you're talking about the influence you've had on some of these younger guys. Who are some of the younger guys that you got your eye on that you think are super talented that you enjoy watching right now?
It's going to be hard for me to come up with a bunch of names, because I don't watch the product enough, but definitely everybody, one thing, everybody is way more athletically skilled than they used to be.
Oh yeah.
Like when we broke in, there was room for people that weren't in that great of shape. there was room for people even to have a spot on TV that weren't even that good at wrestlers. And there was room for them to be beating some of us that were on our way up that had talent. But now there's not really room for that. Like, you're not going to be on TV if you got no skills and the athleticism from being inspired back then. Now it's on a whole different level. In fact, even at the wrestling schools now, instead of learning how to lock up and headlock, sometimes on day one they start you out with like springboard hurricane ranas and all this, which is crazy to me, but it's facts, and it's the way that it is. But let me just say, Kaylani Jordan, because she's carrying she does RVD moves with my blessing. NXT, I'm happy to see that. Is her name Raquel or Stephanie? Vakor?
Stephanie Vakor.
Stephanie
Vakor.
For some reason, like, she automatically, when I saw her, like stuck out in my mind as someone that's got this aura. She comes across as being comfortable in the ring, you know, and really good in such a way that I think a lot of people don't have what she has. A lot of, you know, it's changed so much. I feel like some people aren't ready even to be seen yet when they're being seen, and that's part of it too. It used to be, it took 10 years to be considered a veteran. Now, like, in 4 years, if you're not world champion, then you're dragging behind.
And that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the evolution of the sport, and you answered it exactly like I thought you would. Yes.
All right, so before we let you go, you know, we were just off camera talking about...
Let me put over the Ninja dude. Ninja Mac.
Ninja Mac.
Yeah, dude's awesome, you know, so let me put his name out as far as, like, to answer your question. Someone young, upcoming that I keep my eye on.
Yes, sir.
Dude, and there's a lot more, so I'm sorry to leave everybody out.
No. Yeah. So before we go, we were talking off camera about Sabu, who just recently passed. When you look back on his career, what do you think his lasting impact is going to be on the wrestling business? When people talk about Sabu going forward, what do you think there's going to be those things they say about Sabu and his contribution to the business of professional wrestling? Yeah,
Sabu touched a lot of people, and he did that through his work, not literally, you know. Like, there's never been any complaints about him touching anyone that I know of. Some of the other wrestlers maybe, but he definitely was a pioneer, the first to do a lot of things, which worth mentioning, you know, or even using a table, bringing the table in. But what I love, and to answer your question, what I think is going to be moving forward, what people remember about him, when I got trained, like, I started back in December '89 with and it was the Sheik and Sabu, and they told me, don't try and take someone's position, make your own position. And also, don't, you know, if you like this, a guy inspires you, don't try to be like that guy. There's already one of them. Be yourself. And that's what Sabu taught me, and that's exactly what I think he left behind. I think he left behind a legacy just like the Sheik, but he didn't take the Sheik's spot. Like, he totally created his own spot.
And different. Yeah.
And it's just, you know, prospectively, just as cool as the Sheik, you know. Just the Sheik was original, first to do a lot of things, you know, fire, snake, all that stuff, and he was so committed. He believed in what he was doing, which is something else that is lacking with a lot of the younger guys. But Sabu did the same thing. He created his own spot. People are going to remember him as being legendary, like the Sheik, but in his own way. Like, he did it his way, and I'm proud of him for that. I hope to accomplish that myself. And I think that whenever somebody thinks about what all Sabu had to offer and everything that he left behind, it wasn't just the triple jump moonsault that he did. Great at thinking outside of the box. You know, he and I both really liked that. When we were really young, we liked doing moves. Not only doing moves that we hadn't seen anyone else do, but they have to make sense. They have to fit in and be compatible universally, because, you know, it's not about let's get together early and set everything up and walk through it. It comes across like that. It wasn't. That's not the way that I got trained. we didn't get trained to be a TV wrestler. We got trained to wrestle, worked our way up to a TV level. And I think Sabu did that. I think he's always going to be remembered. The younger guys that didn't get to see the Sheik, when I say younger, I mean guys that weren't watching in the 50s and 60s. I think when they think of Sabu, it's going to be similar to the way that other people think of the Sheik. You know, holding him in that high regards.
Right.
Like I said, it makes me proud.
All right, Stevie Ray, any closing words before we let Mr. Rob Van Dam go?
Man said it all, brother.
Yeah.
I think he said it all.
All right, thank you so much, Rob Van Dam. We appreciate you. Michael Wright, Stevie Ray, repping the CT Fletcher podcast. Rest in peace, Sabu. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Van Dam. Damn right.
All right, brother.
Right on, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Man. Right on, dude.
Good to see you, man.
You too, bro.
Good to see you.